All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect and all the Akim out there pushing the word of Yahweh Shem Shai in truth and sincerity. All right, we're the brothers from Great Millstone, Miami. I'm the brother lawyer and with me.
Jeremiah.
And pretty much, we just gonna roll in the spirit, man. All right, we're rolling through the spirit. And we're pretty much going into biblical prophecy, man. All right, it's going down, okay, on planet Earth. All right, biblical prophecy is speaking, okay. All right, it's not the time, for anybody to be thinking the days shall be prolonged anymore, okay, which the scriptures tell you that in the book of Ezekiel. All right, if you don't mind getting that, brother, I believe it's, they say the effect of every vision is prolonged. Con, if you can find that. All right, clearly, I believe that's Ezekiel 12 and 21. All right, clearly prophecy is happening, man. All right, you have, of course, earthquakes in diverse places. All right, and of course, what's going on now with the whole COVID-19 thing. Okay, all right, all these city lockdowns, government lockdowns, countries lockdown. This happening globally. Okay, all the uneasiness that's taking place from it. All right, you got people losing their jobs. All right, financial upheaval. All right, you got war brewing, you got famine brewing, food shortages. The list goes on and on, amongst many, many other things. Okay, all right. So with all of that being said, we're just gonna go through the precepts and bring it out raw, man. So Lord, in this video is edifying, and you got it, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 21. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is this? What is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
Right, the effect of every vision. Okay, so that spirit of, oh, the Lord not coming back in my lifetime, and the Bible's a fairy tale, all of that is being thrown out the window, man. A lot more people are beginning to acknowledge that that biblical prophecy is true, man. All right, and that, hey, shit is getting ready to hit the fan, man. All right, it's getting real out here, man. It is really going down, man. All right, they're making Jake the new face of COVID-19, so you already know Jacob's trouble is at hand. Okay, all right, you got what else you got going on? Name some things. So wildfires going on. You got brush fires going on in Central America and Cuba.
Right.
Okay, they talking about an active hurricane season. All right, that's getting ready to take place. Okay, you got
the Egyptians going against the Egyptians.
That's good. That's another good one. Party versus party. This party versus that party.
Right.
All right, Democrats versus Republicans. Okay, people that are pro-vaccine versus people who are anti-vaccine. You got Texas. They talking about, they protesting, talking about they're not going to take the mark of the beast. Texas will not take the mark of the beast because they see that this COVID-19 is leading to what? Down to the shutting down of the businesses. All right, a slowed down economy. Okay, they see that inflation, all right, may very well be on the rise. Okay. All right, and the U.S. dollar may very well be ready to collapse, man. It's about to go out the window, and a new currency, Esau is about to introduce a new currency according to biblical prophecy, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, man. Okay, so it's here.
Right.
Okay, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, man. Okay, what you got, bro? You got more on that?
Verse 24, for there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord power.
Right. So it ain't going to be no more, oh, this year going to be my year, All right, this year going to be your year, prosperity. All right, you no more talking about some damn. You got these other groups talking about some damn. Ain't no time of trouble.
Right.
All of that is madness, man. The Lord about to put all of that baloney, okay? All right, to a halt, man. Right. All right, people still want to believe in the American dream and things will go back to normal. If things go back to so-called normal, which whatever that was back then was not normal, okay? That was abominable and very abnormal.
Right.
Okay, that was perversion. All right, but if things go back to so-called, the societal norms and stuff like that, okay, all right, it's going to be the new normal. Okay, and that's not going to change the fact that a lot of people have been without work. Okay, all right, people are frustrated in their houses.
Right.
All right, people are becoming restless. Okay, breaking into each other's houses, crime is on the rise. Okay, prostitution is on the rise. You got freaking these women out here selling their bodies and you know, fucking showing their secret parts all over the internet. That's taking place.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So none of that anymore, man. No more of that trying to put off the day of the Lord, man.
Right.
Okay. All right. The Lord is executing judgment in the earth, man. Okay. So yes, it is going down. All right. And the Lord is performing the word, man, that he spake by the mouth of his prophets, man.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a lot of chariot sightings as well.
That's another one.
It's a lot of heathens, you know, recording it and putting it on YouTube and whatnot. You know, a lot of brothers seeing chariots. You know, this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Which that modern day Egypt is America, Babylon the Great, and that, you know, Yahweh Shah is gonna come with that cloud, the chariot. You know, the Most High is gonna destroy Egypt, aka Babylon the Great, America. Verse 2: And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what you see: sedition among men, uproars of the people. You seeing so-called white people fighting their own kind. You see, it's a house divided with them. You know, verse 3: And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And that's what you see with the elites. You know, they hold counsel and do different things in secret. You know, conjuring up spirits, sorcery.
Right. And they seek into their governments for answers, their politicians and things of that nature. Okay.
Right.
All right. But it says, what the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of it, midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, man. So they trying to come up with answers, figure out what they're gonna do, how they're gonna establish a new world order, whether they should keep this lockdown, that lockdown, what plan they trying to bring out. Understand, even though the elites have planned this out, you know, for centuries, okay, for generations upon generations, the Lord is confounding their wisdom, man. Okay, even though Esau, you know, really took his time to think this out, and, you know, to really try to bring his new world order, you know, in as smoothly and as, you know, meticulously as possible, the Most High is throwing monkey wrenches in his plan, man. The Most High is making their wisdom foolish, man. All right, they divided in opinion. They don't know what to do next, man. Okay. Right. All right, because there's variables. You don't know how people gonna react. Okay, they troubled on every fucking side, like it says in the scriptures. All right, terror shall make them afraid on every side, and shall bring them to the king of terrors. Okay, so all of those things are happening, man. Esau got this problem over here in the Middle East, that problem over there in Africa. He got problems in the homeland. Okay, all right, he got problems in Europe. He's just getting jacked up. Okay,
they seek it, like you said, they seek it to their government for answers.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna jump down to verse 14. It says, "The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it." And that's right. These people going to be like women out here, man. You know?
They already are. Everybody's nervous. Everybody's afraid.
That's right.
Nobody knows what's going on. You know, everybody wants things to go back to normal. Why? Because they're not used to hardship, man.
Right.
They're not used to cutting off the flesh. Okay, they're not used to not being able to just do what they want when they want. All right, they haven't been walking in the spirit and fighting to mortify the flesh, and seeking the Lord and hating this world. Okay, so they see all their fucking entertainment and all these things taken away from them. They sad. Okay, all right, they broken down like a woman, man. Okay, you had verse 15. Did you bring it out?
Yeah.
Bring it out again.
Verse 15: Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tell branch or rush may do.
Right. Okay. So people are out of work.
That's right.
Okay. Nobody has. Well, I can't say nobody. You got your essential workers, but you got a lot of people that lost their jobs, man. Okay. Unemployment is on an all-time high. Okay. You got unemployment lines fucking lined up, man. Okay. People line up at the unemployment office, man, and trying to sign up for unemployment, not getting it. Okay. Nobody's making any money, so people are frustrated, man. All right. These government officials don't know what to do next. It's all confusion.
Yeah.
All right, like the Lord said, he was gonna confound their counsel, man. He was gonna destroy the counsel of the prudent.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. This is Jeremiah 50:16. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle, in the time of harvest, for the fear of the oppressing sword. They shall every one turn to his own people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. Okay. All right. And what does a sower do? A sower is somebody who farms. Okay. They sow seed. All right. So these farmers, they're losing profit too. All right, because a lot of these restaurants are closed. Okay. So they're not able to sell their produce and their spices, their greens, herbs, their meats, and things like that to these restaurants and these different companies that buy from them. Okay. All right. So they're hurting, man. That goes into what? Food shortages and famines, man.
Yeah.
Famine is on the rise. Okay. All right, and you know when famine's on the rise, people get restless. People want to fight. People want to break into each other's houses. Okay, all right, and what does it say? It says for fear of the oppressing sword. Okay, so they're afraid of their government, Esau. They shall everyone turn to his own people, and they shall flee everyone to their own to his own land. Okay, all right, and what you got? You got these global lockdowns to the point where you got travel restrictions between countries. Okay. All right, they also got nationalism on the rise too. Okay, the nations are becoming more divided one against another. At first, everybody was trying to play, globalization. Everybody work together. We all be one. Okay, but now everybody's divided, man, because it's getting down to the wire, man. Things are more tense. Okay, all right. Nobody trusts Esau anymore in the American government. Everybody's seeing that it's fucking treachery. Okay, going on. All right, so now everybody's turning their back on each other. Now everybody's sticking to their own kind.
Right.
Okay. All right. Which that's going to bring what? Race wars, race riots. That tension is starting to rise up too. Okay.
Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Most High is visiting this world. All right. It says in verse 1 to measure thou the time diligently in itself. And how you do that? With these scriptures. You watching the news. You watching out for the prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
You will know what time you in by you taking heed to this word, being occupied in prophecy. See, these people don't know what's going on. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. The Most High sent his prophets to speak about these things a long time ago, man. The prophets been prophesying about the end. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Yeah, we're at the end. Verse 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And that's the times we're living in. You seeing different signs. You seeing different signs in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
You seeing people sedition among men everywhere. This happening globally, worldwide. So something's going on. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Jacob's trouble was on the rise.
Yes. Okay. This is second Ezra chapter 5 verse 8. It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places. And there is confusion in many places. Don't the scriptures say the stress of nations with perplexity? People don't know what to do. Okay? People don't know what's going on. They debating. They trying to figure out how they gonna survive, where they gonna get their next meal from.
Right.
Okay, how long is this gonna last? Understand, things are not gonna get better; they're gonna get worse.
Mhm.
Okay, and the fire shall be oft sent out again. Okay, which wildfires on the rise, popping up all over the globe, and the wild beasts shall change their places.
Con.
Okay, and hey, there's been news articles coming out on that too. All right, the
That's
wildlife is returning. Okay, into these cities, you got deers and rats and alligators and different beasts. You know,
Right.
returning into these cities because everybody's locked in their houses. Not many people are out anymore. So nature is starting to take over again.
Right.
Okay, you got booms in certain populations of animals, sea creatures, and things of that nature. Okay, why? Because nobody's at the beaches anymore. Okay, sea turtles in particular.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So hey, biblical prophecy, man. It's all happening.
That's right.
And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. The salt water shall be found in the sweet, so the waters are becoming contaminated, and all friends shall destroy one another. Okay, people are starting to hate each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
the water contaminated, man.
Mm-hmm.
Forever chemicals in water.
Yep. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. All right, and now because of the things that are going on, many brothers are not able to go out and teach. Man, they have to, adjust and adapt and kind of move, according to the different edicts in their particular cities and states, okay, and regions. Right. Verse 10: and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. One land also shall ask and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say no. Right? So now people are looking for the truth.
Right.
Okay? Because the prophets are not as available as they used to be. Okay? The teachers, the word is starting to become scarce now. Now you gotta choose to sit home and study and watch a video and learn and read and all of those things. Okay? All right, and brothers have testified to that. People starting to ask, oh, where you guys at, or starting to watch videos, and
Mm-hmm.
what y'all saying is true, and all of a sudden, the scriptures talk about the 11th hour and things of that nature, and in the day of thy power, that people shall be willing,
Right.
and hey, some of those people may very well be part of the elect. All right, but again, that's another sign that shit is hitting the fan. Okay, all right, it is going down. Verse 12, it says, at the same time men shall hope but obtain nothing. You don't see that happening? They saying, oh, it's only going to be for 2 weeks. Then they saying it's going to be, oh, it's only for a month. Oh, then it's April 1st. Oh no, then it's, oh no, not till June. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They giving people a false sense of hope, but they are not obtaining. Okay,
Right.
oh, things will reopen and things will go back to normal. No, the fuck they not. Okay. All right. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. So you got people who are still trying to make money, still trying to, get by. That's not going to prosper them any. It's not going to profit them nothing. Okay? Things are just going to get worse, man. Trying to chase the bag for no reason.
Right.
All right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay? And we see great sorrows and mournings taking place. The beginning of them. All right, the beginning of famines. Okay, food shortages, that's happening. Okay, the beginning of great death. Okay, all right, you got these diseases out here. Okay, you got people committing suicide. You got crime rates and murders on the rise too. Okay, different parts of the country, man. People are getting shot up, killed, judged, attacked by animals. Okay, and this is only the beginning. And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these are scourges from the Heavenly Father for correction, for judgment. Okay, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victual shall be so good sheep upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Right? And we see that happening. Okay, they handing out stimulus checks, and
gas prices
are low. That's true. Certain essential items are being given away free.
Right.
Food drives and things like that. They giving people certain leeways and passes,
Mhm.
all right, as far as certain produce and products and things of that nature, right? So they think they in good case. Why? Because the goods and the victuals are so good cheap. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth,
Mhm.
sword, famine, and great confusion. All right, and as you go down into the chapter, it goes into how of a city shall be 10 left, and the path shall go full of thorns and thistles. All right, and they saying what nature is starting to take over these cities now that nobody's really out like that, you know. All right, so the wildlife is taking over.
Right.
Okay.
Yep, that's right. The wildlife is taking over, man. This is the book of Sirach, or the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So when these spirits of vengeance go out upon you people, it appease the Almighty. The Most High is with that, you know. Verse 29, fire and hell and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. You have different farmers committing suicide. This articles came out about that because they know what's up. The ground is polluted, the soil is polluted, the famine is on the rise. You know, you got different wildfires everywhere, hailstorms, tornadoes, earthquakes.
Yep.
Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So this for you wicked people. Teeth of wild beasts. You got different animals changing their estate. You know, they're not roaming the city.
Yep.
It's going. Imagine, you know, big bears roaming the city, and also newly created creatures.
Yes.
It's only the beginning, man. You know. This is Luke 21. Luke 21 verse 8. And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. It's a lot of false prophets on the rise, talking about, you know, they're sent to preach the gospel. They want everybody to follow them.
Right. Oh, the mark of the beast is taking up a rifle.
Right.
You can't you can't say these things enough. John the Baptist not in the truth. Apostle Paul was going off. You gotta you gotta teach the 10 Commandments.
Wow.
That's bugged out. You know, you ain't teaching the 10 Commandments is wicked. That's a false, doctrine. That's of the devil. You know,
they talking about another group saying the miracles of Yahushua wasn't real.
It wasn't real. You know, it's getting bad. Okay, with these false prophets, man. Okay,
that's right.
You have more on that?
Yeah. It says
just waxing worse, bro.
Verse 9. And when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Yeah, we're not terrified because it's in the scriptures, you know. Yahushua said don't be terrified because it has to come, you know. Verse 10, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. And you seeing different eclipses and blood moons and
chariot sightings. Yep, UFO, so-called UFO sightings. Man.
That's right.
Those are the chariots of God, man. The chariots of Israel, man. The angels travel in those vehicles, man. And Yahushua is coming back in a big fathership, man.
Yep.
Okay. All right. They look like a mountain cut out without hands. Okay. Yep. That's how big it was. I tell you that in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay. All right. All of this is in the Bible, man. All the things that's going on. It's in the scriptures. Okay. It's in the scriptures, man. All you got to do is look and read and hearken to the prophets. Okay. That the Lord set up. You know.
That's it. You got it.
Con, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. It says, for behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, so the reason why all of these things are happening is because the Lord is bringing it upon the earth. upon the world, and the reason why that is because the people of the earth are wicked. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, so the Most High is getting fed up. Okay, all right, he's had it at this point, man. All right, he's about to get ready to open up even more. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay, so the Most High is not going to suffer us to dwell here for any longer, man. Okay, he's gonna judge this place, all right, for the wickedness that is done against the prophets, man. All right, for the souls of the just complaining continually against all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, all the persecutions and all the sufferings that we had to endure as a people. Okay, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay, so the Most High is plaguing this place. All right, and the Most High plaguing this place is a sign that he's getting ready to deliver us, man. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it.
Mm-hmm.
Which Egypt is mourning right now, because the Most High is plaguing it.
Right. The Most High took away their bars,
right?
You know, their sports, their not their TV, but you know,
their entertainment.
The
beaches, the clubs. Y'all can't do nothing right now.
People at home.
Right.
You should be seeking the Most High. How about Shem Shah? Seeking the Lord, you know?
Shit. That's only if you're an Israelite.
Right.
You know, if you're not, you know.
Yep.
You're going into slavery after this destruction. Verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn. The farmers mourning, right?
Yeah.
For their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation. Mm-hmm. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And you see that happening, man. You see people get antsy, man. People talking about taking up arms, and you know, I ain't even gonna say people saying, bro. It's articles, it's headlines on this, man. People fucking busting in each other's houses and shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, shooting and pulling guns on people, killing people. Yep. All right, for what they have, man. Robbing people for what they have. Okay. All right. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. Okay, so there is sedition, there's civil unrest, there's rising up against the government. Right. Okay, which you see that with the protests, which we've mentioned in this video before, and in other videos. Right. Okay, but as time progresses, all right, mind you, we only gonna keep talking about it. Okay, more and more things start happening.
Who can but prophesy?
Right, who can but prophesy? Okay, all right, but it's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse, man. These people are getting restless. They saying fuck the government, which that's really Esau. Right. Okay, because Esau feels like, hey, this is his blessing, this is his heaven. Mm-hmm. All right, shit, this is his country, this is his world. For me, these heathens feel the same way, man. So they getting ready to protest and riot and, you know, come up against the government and all of those things, man. Basically, another civil war is coming to the United States, right? Okay, and globally, civil war is coming. Okay. All right, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Famine, and for great tribulation.
They're gonna take your goods because, hey, it's pretty much, hey, the love of many shall wax cold. That's their mindset. They don't care. They don't care about you no more. All that love your neighbor, that's out the door with them.
Right.
Scripture's talking about what we're living in some troublesome, perilous times.
Right. Savage people gonna be fierce and heady, and yep, you know, they gonna want to get it how they live. You know, that's what it is.
Yep. This is Isaiah 24, verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with the song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Got it, bro.
Right, and hey, we brought that out plenty of times. You know how these people are sad, they're depressed. The scriptures tell you this is the beginning of great mournings, but great sorrow. All right, people are sad, man. Okay, people are down. All right, we see, you know, when you know brothers go out, you see it, man. People are, you know, down. What happened to that pride, you know, prideful American spirit?
Right.
People walking with their head, you know, they head up high and chest poked out. That's gone. Okay, you know, everybody's frustrated, everybody's sad. You know, and people are stuck in their houses, they're depressed. Okay, all right. People are parents fighting against their children fighting against their parents. Okay, because everybody's stuck in the house together. You got generational wars, you got gender wars, you got class wars, man. So again, hey, can't say it enough. It's going down, man. It's happening right before our face, man. Okay, and hey, the city of confusion, which is Babylon the Great. All right, Babylon meaning confusion. Going back to the Hebrew word babal, is being broken down, man. The Most High is destroying this man's system, man. His society. Okay.
You got something?
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 30 and verse 5. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." Okay, so now is not the time of peace. Okay, things ain't gonna go back to normal. This is a time of war, of trembling, of fear. Okay, all right, men gonna start acting like women, man. People gonna be getting scared, mighty men. Okay, verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Okay, all right, so this is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And Jake don't understand, man. You got the target on your back. Okay, Esau and these heathens already blaming you. Okay, all right, they done gone from blaming each other. Before it was China, it was China's fault. China was saying it's America's fault. Then now everybody's saying, oh, black and Hispanics communities are at most risk, okay, of coronavirus and all of that shit. So Jake is becoming the face of coronavirus. China over there, they persecuting people with dark skin. They persecuting Jake over there, shutting down their businesses and stuff like that, attacking store owners that are dark skinned and that are Israelites, man. Okay, all right. So the spotlight is on Jake. Jake got the target on their back, which that's always the case, man. Of course they gonna blame you, Jake. Of course they are, man, because you are at the bottom and they hate you.
Yeah.
Okay. These nations are your enemy and they want to take you out. They want to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's Jacob's trouble time, man. This is the time that we heading into. All right, and the Lord said that He's gonna save us out of it. Lord willing, we part of the elect, man. May the Most High have mercy upon us.
Right.
Okay.
You want Revelation 16?
Yeah, why not?
It's Revelation 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun.
Right, which that fourth angel goes in when you go to verse 1. It goes to the 7 angels that were given the vials of the Most High's wrath to pour out upon the earth. Okay. All right, they were given the task of executing certain judgments upon the earth, and this angel was tasked with a specific judgment. Okay, the Lord tasked him to judge the earth with.
And power was given unto him to scorch men with fire.
To scorch men with fire. All right, and that's why you got record-breaking heat taking place, man. Which that's been going on for years, man. Record-breaking heat is on the rise, man. All right, why? Because the Most High has the angels, the spirits created for vengeance. Okay, like we read, like the brother brought out earlier in this lesson. Okay, and one of those spirits created for vengeance is the cause for these rises in heat. All right, these abnormal heat waves and things of that nature. Okay, that's why you got these droughts happening all over the world. That's why you got heat waves. That's why you got wildfires, man. Okay.
It says, and men were scorched with great heat and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their pain, and they gnawed their tongues for pain.
Jump down to you know where I want to go.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. Behold, I come as a... You want verse 12?
Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Right. Okay. So the Most High is preparing these other nations in the east to go to war. Okay, in and around the area of the river Euphrates, man. All right, and that's why you see all that tension going on in Syria. All right, and in those Middle Eastern countries, man. Okay. All right, and those heat waves are causing that land to become more and more barren, man, because now there's less water. There's less forest, there's less foliage. So now it's just a barren wasteland. So people could just come run up at each other and fight. You know, now there's less obstruction. You see, all right. So so those rivers are being dried up because of one of the reasons is because of the heat waves. Okay, all right, amongst other things. Okay, but that's all to prepare these nations or prepare that land so that these nations can go to war over there and fight, and the Most High can go and judge them. Okay, send Yahweh Shah to judge them all there at once.
Verse 13. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of the Most High Almighty.
Right, and that's the propaganda machines of these different nations, specifically Babylon the Great. Okay, all right, the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. You have NATO, the EU, Babylon the Great, and you also have the Catholic Church and the Vatican. All right, with their propaganda. Okay, they're preparing all these nations to go over there and fight that battle, man. Okay, which that's all preparing them so that the Most High can come down and judge them, man. All right, or send Yahweh Shai down to judge them with their holy angels, man. That's all it's for. They thinking they fighting for resources and for global dominance and all this other shit in the New World Order. You know, no, that's not what you fighting for. You think that's what you fighting for. You know, all right. The Most High have you fighting over there to judge you all round about for what you did to His people. Okay.
Verse 15.
No, that's it. That's it on that. Might as well close out with Joel. Shit.
Still got Revelation 13 too.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's another good one.
I'm gonna get Joel.
Yeah, I'll bring out Revelation.
Okay. You got it.
You ain't found Joel yet?
Nah.
This is Joel chapter. You can get Revelation. This is Joel 3. And verse 1, it says, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and have parted my land. Okay, so the Most High is gathering these nations to judge them for what they've done to the Lord's people, man. That's why they're getting gathered over there in the Middle East, okay, aka the Armageddon, okay, to the Battle of Armageddon, which Armageddon is goes back to Hebrew word Harmageddon, which means a mountain of troops or multitude of troops, okay. All right, and the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, which is the valley of the Lord's decision, okay, or the Lord's judgment, okay, and that's all because of what they've done to the Lord's people. They scattered the Lord's people amongst the nations and parted His land, okay, and the Most High is not pleased with that. They took Israel into captivity, okay. They tried to hide our heritage, okay. All right, they took over our land, all those things. The Most High, He ain't fucking with that.
Nah.
You know.
Revelation, you done? So Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And it reads, And He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
All right, and that mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Okay. All right, you go into the word karagma, karops. Karox, it means to prick. Okay, to be pricked with something. All right, and that's that needle that they're gonna prick you with to implant that RFID chip, microchip inside of you. All right, and that's gonna be the means to buy and sell. That's gonna be the new normal. Okay. All right, because that's what Esau is introducing. That's why he got all these people out of work. Okay, that's why these food shortages are on the rise, because that's gonna lead to rationings. Okay, so there's gonna have to be a system for people to actually be able to buy and sell those rations. Okay, all right, that's why Esau talking about stimulus checks and ordering things online. Okay, that's why Esau's talking about a digital dollar. Okay, that's why all these things are a digital currency. That's why all these things are happening, man. And that's not just happening in America. That's happening all over the globe, man. He's preparing the earth. He's preparing these people for a contactless payment society, man. Okay, he's preparing them for the mark of the beast, man. He's conditioning them for it, man. Okay, and if any man will take that chip, man, you're gonna be destroyed. Okay, you can't repent if you take the mark of the beast.
That's right. That's right.
Which you might as well get the judgment in the next chapter, and we'll close out.
Con. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And it says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of his holy angels and the presence of the Lamb." So if you take that RFID chip, you're going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. You're going to be in the lake of fire. That's going to make the lake of fire. You're going to take part of the second death. That's why we're warning you people not to take the RFID chip, because that is the mark of the beast. And if you take it, there's a judgment for that. We out here to warn you people, man.
Con. All right, so hey, Lord willing, this video is edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash.
And double honor to the elder apostle, Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.